This is a short video to give parents and carers some ideas and strategies in supporting children and young people presenting low in mood. Compass Go is the mental health support team for North East Lincolnshire. We work in all the schools and colleges locally, offering advice, guidance and support for children and young people between the ages of 5 to 19. Our support is targeted early intervention support for common mental health and wellbeing difficulties based on the techniques of cognitive behaviour therapy. All the strategies and ideas in this video are based on this model. Humans have a range of emotions and this is perfectly normal. Nobody feels happy all the time. Everybody experiences ups and downs in mood across the day, week, month or year. Low mood can become a problem if it happens most of the time and disrupts your day-to-day life. Sometimes specific things can cause low mood, so it might be situational or environmental, or it can just seem to come out of nowhere. Long periods of low mood can impact on lots of areas of life and can also come along with other difficulties such as anxiety and low self-esteem. Young people might not always come out and say directly how they're feeling, but you might notice symptoms of low mood to include loss of interest in usual activities that used to be fun, changes to sleeping or eating habits, so whether sleeping more than usual, or eating more or eating less than usual, becoming irritable and annoyed easily, withdrawing or isolating more than usual, often feeling sad or tearful, having negative thoughts and opinions about themselves and about life in general. Some of this, again, can be completely normal and can fluctuate with hormones or mood. But if you notice this over a long period of time, the young person might be experiencing a period of low mood. I mentioned at the start of the video about cognitive behaviour therapy, or CBT for short. This is the CBT cycle. CBT looks at the way our thoughts and our behaviours impact on our feelings and our physical sensations, and all of these have an impact and a knock-on onto each other. So if we're thinking, what's the point? It's going to be terrible. I don't want to do this. I can't be bothered. Then we might not want to go. That might change our behaviour, might make us feel quite sad and low in motivation, and might make us feel tired in our bodies and, maybe reduce our appetite. So all of these things will have an impact on each other, and that's the way the CBT cycle works, because we can't switch feelings on and off, but what we can do is target the way we think about things and target what we're doing to try to make an impact. If left unchallenged, unhelpful thoughts and avoidant behaviours or withdrawal can create a little bit of a negative cycle and leave a young person feeling quite stuck. When this impacts our motivation to do things that we would normally enjoy, we might withdraw from those things. So we might not see friends, we might not go outside and do the activities we would normally do with our friends or with our family, and then we're getting less out of life. So this is the vicious cycle. We're feeling low, so we do less and we get less out of life. Then we feel low, so we do even less and get less out of life. And it really is just a little bit of a trap that sometimes young people can find themselves in. Evidence shows that when you start doing more of what matters, you will notice that you start to feel better and get more out of life. So when you're feeling better in yourself, it makes it easier to do those things that matter. So it increases motivation. This is called behavioral activation, and it's the first starting point for improving low mood. And it's certainly something that you can support your young people with. When motivation is low, it can be really tricky just to get out and start doing things again. So creating a planner can be a really good first step. Talk together about activities they used to do that they used to find enjoyable, or things that they did as part of their routine when they were feeling more themselves, and create a plan of how to fit those in across the week. Some of those may seem easier to do than others right now. So it could be that you just start with some easier ones at first, and it could be that you just aim to do it once or twice a week, build up gradually following the planner. It's important to include things that are routine, such as looking after yourself, showering, cleaning your teeth, making sure to eat breakfast, for instance, as well as necessary activities such as homework or chores, and pleasurable things too, things that they enjoy. It's important to have a range of things in there, but it might be that you need to start small and spaced out and build up the planner. Evidence shows that once things are completed, it does build motivation and it does build confidence and self esteem, because that ability to achieve those activities grows and grows, and the young person starts to get more out of life again. Try to support the young person to focus in on some things that they are grateful for. Noticing the things that we are grateful and thankful for is strongly associated with greater happiness. It helps us notice more of the positive emotions and good experiences, helps us to appreciate the little things in life and build stronger relationships with our loved ones. It can help us to deal with things when they are tough and grow resilience as a result. It could be something that you do together as a family, something that you do as an activity together. Looking to the future and setting goals is really important towards improving mood and increasing self esteem. It could be really, really small goals like having a tidy bedroom. If you can't do it all in one day, just do your clothes today or just bring the pots down today. Doing small things towards your goals, identifying what the person you want to be like when you grow up. What does that person look like? What would they be doing? How would they be acting? How would you know if you were that person? And working towards that in small steps each day can really boost motivation and mood. Encouraging positive affirmations is a really good step towards boosting mood. If we often think about ourselves in a negative, unkind way, then we're going to not believe in ourselves and we're going to feel like we can't manage things. So, being able to talk about ourselves in a positive and motivated way and notice our strengths and noticing our good qualities really helps towards improving mood as well. This is something that you could model as a parent or carer. Being able to be kind about yourself, accept compliments, notice your strengths and good qualities out loud is a really good way to model this for young people. Sometimes mood can be impacted by a practical worry, a problem that needs to be solved, such as a friendship issue or difficulties with school. And it might be that a young person needs support to manage that problem. It can just feel too big to even think about. And this is something that you could support with. Being able to find solutions to problems and overcome them increases confidence and resilience when facing difficulties in life. This is a problem solving method. You identify what the problem is, make a list of all the possible solutions. Don't discount anything at this stage, even if it doesn't sound like such a good idea. And then look at what is good and what is bad about each idea. Even bad ideas will have good points about them. So then that helps you to review which is the best idea, what you could do, and then make a plan. How am I going to do it? When am I going to do it? Do I need anybody's support to do it? Making that plan and putting that plan into action, knowing that you've got a list of other possible alternatives to back you up, is a really good start to being able to manage some of those tricky points in life. Looking after your physical health is just as important as looking after your emotional well-being, and both can impact on each other. And making sure that these things are in order can be a really good start towards an activity planner. So, making sure to drink enough water each day, because dehydration can also look like overtiredness, struggling to concentrate, or make us feel a bit grumpy. Making sure to eat a varied and balanced diet is the easiest way to give our body all the nutrients they require to function as well. Making sure to get some physical movement regularly can also vastly improve our emotional well-being. And it can be anything that you enjoy, just making sure to move your body. And that can release those feel good signals to the brain, helping us to feel more regulated and reduce stress. And it will also help to improve sleep. Sleep is so important for young people and supports with their learning and development. We have got an additional video on sleep on our YouTube page if you did want to know a little bit more about sleep too. It's really normal to worry that you might say the wrong thing or you don't know what to say when young people do open up about their feelings. But it's really, really the most important thing is to offer the opportunity to talk. They might not want you to have any answers, they might just want you to listen. Here are some ideas of things that can be helpful. So make sure to validate their feelings. So it's understandable that you feel that way. Lots of people would feel that way. I would feel that way if I was in the same situation. So normalizing emotions, it's okay to have that feeling. Thank them for sharing and encourage them to open up to you. Let them know that you love them, you're always there for them, and they can always talk to you. Ask them if there is anything that they would like you to do. They might tell you, or they might just want you to listen. Spend time together thinking about what could have built up to the feeling. Could it be school, family, friendships? Could it be a combination or something else? Let them know that there are online support services available as well, such as helplines and websites. They might find it easier to open up anonymously. Make sure they know who to speak to at home and at school as well. It might be somebody else that they feel comfortable to open up to. And remind them that this feeling, like any feeling and any situation, is temporary. Things will change and things won't last forever. And conversations can be more effective once a young person has had time to calm down. Trying to have discussions at the height of distress are probably not going to end well. So making sure to time it right. I'll come back when you're feeling ready to talk, and just letting them know that you are going to make sure that you offer that opportunity to talk regularly. Using stories and books with younger children can be a really good starting point to open conversations about emotion and normalise those discussions in the home. You can model different ways of how you manage to cheer yourself up when you're feeling a bit low too. Here are some different book ideas for older children and teens, and there's also lots of information and resources on the Young Minds website, on the Navigo CAMS website, and the Anna Freud Centre. And Kooth is an online counselling support service for young people as well. So there's plenty of information that you can access online to support with those conversations. For young people who are over 14 years old, we also have SilverCloud. SilverCloud is our online CBT package that young people can access in their own space and time to work through the content. We have a package called Space from Low Mood that young people can work through with the support of an online coach. And the good thing is about SilverCloud is you don't need to make a referral for SilverCloud. Young people can self-refer, they can access the material via our website as well and have access to it long term. It's just as important that adults look after their emotional well-being too. There is that phrase, you can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure you are looking after yourself as well as trying to support your children with their emotional well-being. And there are lots of services available locally that offer support for adults with emotional well-being and other issues too. So please do get in touch if you do need any help with signposting to any of these services. Thank you for listening. This video has been recorded to give parents and carers some ideas and strategies to support young people with periods of low mood. It isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, and every child and every family is different. If you would like to discuss this further, please do make contact.